Aloha kakayaka, my friends. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the Ninth Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing today, my friend? Are you staying positive? Because you know that's the only way to be in here. Don't get mad, get skills. We focus on the positives. There's plenty of negativity going around all around us all the time. Let it go. We don't want to focus on that. Let it go. We choose to focus on the positives. So how you doing today? Man, yesterday's live stream. I use this tool called Zoom It, right? It's available on Microsoft. It's been around for a long, long time. When I used to be on the road doing presentations, live seminars all over the place, 100 cities a year I used to travel, doing live seminars to groups of like anywhere from 4 people to 125 people. That was cool. And, well, I used to use this tool called Zoom It to zoom in and out. And you see me doing it nowadays. Let me go right back over here and let me show you. Now that we're right here in Excel, and you see me doing it all the time. You see me doing these drawings like this, drawing circles, drawing arrows. Then you see me zooming in like this at 7 Habits of Effective List. I'm not really going to cover that today, but I'm going to mention it. And Zoom It has a new feature because I got a brand new computer. I've been upgrading the studios. And, Zoom It has this new feature which allows you to screen record. And there's a shortcut for it. It's called Control 5. And I'm not used to that shortcut because I never had that feature before. And yesterday, during the end of our live stream, when I was showing you how to take this right here and convert it into a mini dashboard like we have right here using formatting. Well, while we were doing that, I pressed Control 5 by accident. It kind of jammed up everything. And I was able to make it through to the end of the live stream because we don't get mad, we get skills. And I'm doing it over today because I got a few of you that messaged me and say, hey, Billy, can we go through that all over again? So yeah, let's do it today. It's important. It's a Excel formatting for dummies that'll help you keep your job. That's right. It's real simple. So why don't we go right ahead and let's get into it. But right before we get into it, we got to go over the 6-item list, my friends. You know that because it's important for us. So let's go right ahead and let's listen to some tunes so that we can get everything started up. There we go. Gotta have a little bit of music to set the tone just right, to get our brains ready to start absorbing the learning. And here we go, my friends. I'm going to switch over to the chat just in case anybody's out there. Let me send a quick aloha kakahiaka into the chat with a nice little shaka for you. And there you go, my friends. You'll be receiving aloha kakahiaka with a shaka. And aloha kakahiaka, most of us know what aloha means. Aloha kakahiaka means good morning in Hawaiian. So I like to say to you, aloha kakahiaka, how you doing so far today? And let's get right into it. I got to check the streams, make sure that all the streams are going on good. And there we go. LinkedIn is coming on live. How you doing, LinkedIn? Everybody on YouTube, you know what to do on YouTube, right? Let's get right back over here to Only Me. If you're not watching this on YouTube, I recommend that you actually go on YouTube. You may be watching it on Twitch. Twitch is cool too. I'm not that Twitch savvy yet. You're watching this on Facebook. You're watching this on LinkedIn. Come on over to YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Mr. Aloha. So it's youtube.com/ad Mr. Aloha. I forgot to add the ad. We got to add the ad. So it's youtube.com/ad Mr. Aloha. You see it right here. Come on over to YouTube. There's so much more we can do on YouTube. And once you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Make sure that little bell is turned on, notifications. Because I stream Monday through Friday, sometime before 11. because I may have a whole stream planned out, and suddenly one of you will send me a message. Billy, I urgently need to know how to apply formatting to build a mini dashboard. So I'll cancel whatever I had planned and do a stream just to help you right out. So let's get right back into our 6-item list that we start with every day. And you know, I get the music going. We get the 6-item list going. We get the conversation going. We get the mood set. And we're waiting for everybody to join. Come on, here at Don't Get Mad, Get Skills Daily Live Stream. You can drop in anytime because you never know exactly what you're going to learn. Pay attention when I'm teaching because there's so much to excel. I know that today I'm teaching you formatting, but while I'm teaching you formatting, there's going to be all kinds of little techniques that are applied. Sometimes I don't even realize that I did it until one of you points it out and says, "Hey, Billy, how'd you do that?" And I'm like, "What?" You'll have to explain it to me and then we'll figure it out. Come on, let's get started. And here we have on our 6-item list today, definitely the first item that's completely 100% under our control is we're going to choose to be happy. That's right. Choose to be happy and then make a plan. Your 6-item list is a plan. This is the beginning of a plan. It's a blank list. And there's never going to be more than 6 items on it. Yeah. We've got another list. We've got goals. We've got dreams and desires. And then we break them down into a 6-item list every day. Because how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You never take more than 6 bites a day. Woo, yeah. Was that loud enough for you? Do I need to crank that boom up to wake you up a little bit? Let's keep on rolling. Don't get mad, get skills is what we do every day. Because why get mad? Why get mad? When you get mad, when you get irate and irritated, you get stupid. You can't think straight. It's better to get yourself some skills. And that's what we're doing today. And whatever it is you do, make sure that you do it now. That way we're always hearing angels. Come on now, everybody. Join me. Let's go. What's going on with the stream? All right. Hey, what's up on LinkedIn? I see I got a couple of y'all watching. Aloha, my friends. Where you at? Go ahead and type it in the chat and let me see. But now I'm going to go ahead and let's get busy. Let's get right into creating this mini dashboard from this list. This is known as a list. It's also known as a range of data. So when you hear me call this a list or hear me call it a range, it's the same thing. Think of it. It's a list. Item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a list. And as long as you organize your data properly, that's why I always focus on the basics. Because Excel builds on itself. 7 steps to Excel success that you're always going to apply. And there's 7 habits for effective lists. Excuse me. It's getting a little warm in here. It's been weird here on the 9th island. It snowed yesterday on the 9th island. Can you believe it? The Mojave Desert. We had snow. And the 7 habits for effective lists. Look, what I'm going to use right now is called a custom fill series. More on that on another stream. But here we've got habit number 1 of an effective list. You always want to have a header row. Habit 2, you want to format the header row so that we can tell that it's a header row. You want to build the list from the top down, not from left to right. Make sure that you don't have any blank rows separating your data. And there's going to be another live stream that I do where I specifically spend time on the 7 habits of effective lists and we demonstrate it, but that's not today. Today we're taking this list right here and we're turning it into this beautiful, nicely formatted mini dashboard. This is all formatting. Yeah, formatting. You thought formatting was just adding currency symbols and borders and colors? No. Formatting is so much more. You got to check out yesterday's live stream. We spent a whole hour talking about formatting. Hang in there with me, my friends. go ahead and tap into the chat. I wish I could see what y'all are saying, my friends on LinkedIn. Don't use merge cells. I know you love merge cells. You want to be merging cells all the time because merging cells look cool, but it's not one of the 7 habits of effective lists. Item number 6 of the 7 habits for effective lists says do not use merge cells. There's something I recommend instead. Merge across a selection. Look right here. You might want to say, hey, I want to merge these 2 cells because the reason why we can see what is here is because this cell, E13, is empty. What we have right here on D13, and I know it's called D13, why? Because the name box, check it out right over there, is telling me that marquee is on cell D13, and the formula bar is telling me that the contents of cell D13 is text. Merge these 2 cells. The only reason that we see in cell E13 some text is because there's nothing there. So this is just overflowing. The moment that I put something in E13, we're not going to be able to see that. So let me just type the number 1, because you number 1. Bam. See? Now we can't see the rest of it. It's still there because when you look at the formula bar, it's telling us the contents of cell D13. So if we go to the next cell, E13, the name box right here, E13, and there's so much, we can have a whole 1 week of nothing but the name box features. The formula bar is telling us that the contents of cell E13 is 1. All right, cool. We can always double click, click, and there we have it. We've expanded. But wait, this was about merging cells. So you're saying to yourself, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these 2 cells right here. So you go to your home tab, where your formatting options are, and in your alignment group, you see merge and center. So you're like, okay, cool, boom, merge and center. And what did the 7 habits for effective lists say? It said don't merge cells. Don't use merge cells below the header row. For example, here, this is a merge cell. It's okay though. It's above the header row. Here we have, here we have the header row. And we have what's called a title row above it. That one can be a merge cell, and that one is a merge cell. It's not bothering anything because it's above the header row, and you should always have a header row because that's habit number 1 for effective lists. So when we go back to this list, we see that we got this merge cell right here. What to do instead of merging cells? Let's just undo that. Now these 2 cells aren't merged. What you can do, because you want it to look like they're merged, you can just select the 2, right click, and then go to format cells. Right over here, format cells. Or you can go to your home tab and look at your alignment group, and you can click on the alignment settings dialog box, and it takes you right to your format cells dialog box. And then right here we see in the text alignment where it says horizontal. Let's go ahead and let's click on that drop down. And we can say the horizontal selection can be centered across the selection. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press OK. And it's centered across the selection. Boom. But it's not merged. So that's something that you could do instead of merging cells. And the 7th habit for effective lists is to be consistent in naming and formatting of your data. I did it again. I spent a whole bunch of time teaching you something I wasn't going to teach you, but it's important to know. So come on, y'all hang in there. That's why it's okay to drop in. Just drop in every once in a while. Sometimes there's all kinds of weird comments that come in on the chat. Must be chat bots. All right, that's a Twitch comment. I don't know. It's got nothing to do with Excel. So here we go. Let's go right ahead and let me show you how to go ahead and convert this list into this. I'm going to go right ahead and select that column, and I'm going to press Control minus to remove all that. I'm going to put my marquee in cell A1. I press Control Home. Control Home is the shortcut to take me to my Home tab. Control Home. And now I'm going to press the shortcut Control plus the letter T. You want to get into this habit of applying Control T to all your ranges of data, your list, because you've heard of Power Query, right? Power BI. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you've used it. If you've used it, you know that it only likes to work with tables. So if you try to import this list right here, it's going to say, hey, you can't do that. It's got to be a table. So might as well start working with tables. So your data analysts, your data scientists, they're going to be thankful. So I'm going to put my marquee in the data, press Control T, and now the Create Table dialog box appears. Now pay attention to what it's asking me. It says, where's the data for your table? And it's selected it. There we see the marching ants marquee. That's what that's called, marching ants marquee. And we've got the option to select, my table has headers. In this case, the table has headers. So we leave that checked. Excel wants headers. How else are we going to know what this data is? It's February. And then we're going to apply more formatting to, okay, what kind of data is it in February? It's the February sales. So that's got to be currency. So let's go right ahead and press OK. Now notice what's going to happen right up here. Once we convert our data into a table, now we're going to have a contextual tool tab with our table tools. There's so many tools in Excel that you can just spend your whole career in one tab. And if every tool that is in Excel was available to us all the time, the whole screen would be filled up and where we're going to be working. We wouldn't have any room. So certain tabs only appear based on the context that we're in. So now when I press OK, there's the table. Isn't that cool? Now that's another way to apply these zebra lines. Some of y'all call these zebra lines. They're actually called banded rows. And the quick way to apply banded rows is to convert your data range into a table. Let's say you have this right here. Let me take this right out right here to remove that, Control minus, and I'm going to Control A to select all my data right in my Home tab. I'm going to go ahead and clear all the formats right here. Clear formats, and there we have it. So now watch this. Let's say that we wanted to add the zebra lines, in other words, banded rows. I've seen people do this where they'll go and they'll right click, they'll do a fill, and then they'll use the format painter, double click on it, click, click, and then they'll go click, 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 you know, like that. And that's how they did it. And they did it. I mean, this is only 20 rows, 22 rows, but imagine you got 220 rows and you're doing that. And then somebody else goes in and inserts another row of data, and now you're all jammed up. There's an easier way to do all this, right? You can just press what? Control T. That's right. Control T. Boom. My table has headers because it does. There you have it. Now we go to the table design, and we're saying, look, you know, we're going to pick what we like. We like actually this blue right here. That's what we wanted. And now look, when you're working the table, if I'm going to insert another row, it keeps all the formatting just right. You see that? It didn't just make another blue. It keeps it that way. And so let's say you didn't want a table. You just wanted to apply the banded rows real quick. So you can just apply the banded rows, then go back to your table design, and then go right back over here and convert it to range. There's more features we're going to go into in a moment. Convert it to a range. Excel is going to say, hey, is that what you really want to do? And you say, yeah, I do. And now you're not in a table anymore. Notice there's no table tools. But you did put your banded rows, your zebra stripes in there really quickly. I would say leave it in the table because there's so many more features that come with a table. I'm creating a whole course. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Madecraft Publishing. This is the Crafty Award. I got Author of the Year 2022 with Madecraft Publishing. If you've never heard of it, it's probably because I know it's really exclusive. You're hearing it from me now. Woo! So here we go. Let's go ahead and convert our data into a table. So we selected our data range, we converted it to a table, and now we're going to keep on building it because this is what we're going to end up with, right? We got this purple format. We got our currency symbols in there. We got spark lines right in there. We got a clustered column chart. We formatted it nice purple that we like and lavender. And then right over here, this is a slicer that controls this chart and controls the spark lines. You're probably wondering, hey, what's up with the spark lines? There's only a little red dot. It's because we only have 1 point selected. The moment we select 2 points, now we're starting to see the spark line form. But let's go right ahead and clear that. Let's keep on rolling. Let me take a step back because I want to show you the undo. We can undo a bunch of steps. Ta-da! Like that. Did you see that? You can just go right up here to your home tab and find your undo. And then you can undo up to 100 actions at once. Here we've got 25 actions. That's what we've got to undo so far, but you can undo up to 100. Now notice that the undo is located in a different place for me than maybe it is for you. I'm using Microsoft 365 and I'm on the Office Insiders edition, which gives us previews. So Microsoft 365 is always updating. You could be using Excel 2007, 2010, 2016, 2019. Everything that I'm doing today is going to work for you all the way down to 2007. So let's start again. Mark in the data, Control T to create a table. Press OK. Now, by the way, you don't need to use the shortcut Control T. You can always just go right ahead and go to Insert and say Table. Click. And that's the same thing as pressing Control T. Then we press OK, and there we have it. So now we've got the Contextual Tool tab, Table Design, located right up there. Check it out. So now when I have selected the table, we see the Table Design Contextual Tool tab appear. Once I click outside of the context, no more Table Design Contextual Tool tab. Click right there. Now when I click on Table Design, now I can see all the tools that are available to me. And we can see all the different table styles that we applied. Now I like the purple. I like purple. That's one of the things I like about Udemy. They changed their colors from green to purple. I like Udemy. There's about 50,000 of y'all taking my Shortcuts, Tips, and Tricks course. Thank you. I love teaching you. Remember, come on to the live streams so that I can help you out. Drop in anytime. Keep on learning because you never know what you're going to pick up. So since we didn't have a purple, we had to make it a custom design. So to create your own custom style, go to your Table Design, go to your Table Styles, and right down here, you see right down here? Right there. It says New Table Style. So we go to Table Design, Table Styles, and right there, New Table Style. And then you can go ahead and create your table style, but we're going to save that for another class. So now let's go back to our table design and we're going to click and select our custom format that we like. Nice, we like that. Now I'm going to select my header row right here. I'm going to right click and we're going to see that we got options. When in doubt, right click. Nothing happens, left click. Nothing happens, check your options. And we're going to center right there. Boom. We could also have gone to the home tab. We got the same options on the home tab. In all of your applications, Microsoft 365 Office applications, the home tab is where you're going to find all your formatting options. That's why when you know the elements of the Excel screen, you pretty much rule all the other Microsoft 365 applications. Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel are the OGs of Microsoft, period. All right, so here we have, we got the nice color that we want. Now we're going to keep on with the formatting. We're going to say, hey, look, we need to make this currency. So I can just select the data, right click, and I can just look right up here in my pop-up. I can say, give me the accounting number format because that's what I'm looking for. Yesterday, I explained the difference between accounting and currency. So here we go. Click. There we have it. Now, you see that we got these zeros here. I don't want these decimal point, these zeros. So we're going to remove them. Go back over here to, wow, let's just right click. Right click. Keep it simple. And when you right click, you see that we can increase or decrease the decimal. So let's go ahead and give it a couple of clicks. Click, click, just like that. And there we have it. Nice. Come on, let's keep on learning. You can't be afraid of Excel. Don't get mad. Get skills. Now the next thing that we're going to do is let's go right ahead and put in that chart. So when you click on the table, put your marquee in the data, what's the shortcut? Those of you that have been following Don't Get Mad, Get Skills, those of you that have been learning from me, you know this shortcut. It's the shortcut that Microsoft considers their best shortcut. Microsoft says our best shortcut is this one. And it allows us to put our default chart on a separate sheet. Type it in. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is till later. We're going to show you a different shortcut. I'm going to teach you the Alt F one. It's a little different. It's not Microsoft's favorite shortcut, but it's the shortcut that we're going to use right here. And it's called Alt plus F1. Not Control F1, Alt F1. Make sure that your marquee is in the data like we see right there. And then we're going to press Alt F1. Ta-da. And there's our chart right there. Nice. Nice. Let's double click on the chart title. And let's call it Live Aloha Sales. Because we want to live aloha. You always want to live aloha, right? Living aloha means you got empathy for others. You care. You apply habit number 5 of highly effective people. You seek first to understand before being understood. All right, so let's see. We're working with the chart. We change our title. We're going to keep formatting. This is all formatting. So we want to give these a nice purple. Well, let's see. We can go to our chart design. Oh, look. Let me click right here. There's this little chart elements plus. You can add chart elements right here. This is not a chart class right now. You can add chart filters right here. Play around with all that. And then right over here, you got chart styles. So you got all these different chart styles. Let me slide on over a little bit to this side right here. Whoa, oops. Whoa, boom. That's actually, I need to be, gotta have fun. So you're looking right here, we got all these different chart styles. And you got different colors. However, we don't got the purple that we want. So to do that, what we got to do is we're just going to individually select. And I'm going to go right in here. I'm going to click on that series. And I'm going to right click. When in doubt, right click. And look at that, Phil. Boom. There's a purple. Nice. Then I'm going to click in the next series. Right click. And I'm going to say we're going to give that a lavender. Boom. Nice. That's looking so good. Everything's updating. Wow. Yeah. This right here gets you a job. You're looking for a job, you do this, you're hired. You're struggling at work because you're afraid you're about to get laid off or you're about to get fired for some strange reason. You know if you did something wrong or you ain't been getting the proper skills, do this, you get to keep your job. You want to get a promotion? Do this. It's just simple formatting. So step 1, we created a table. Step 2, we applied the formatting, the custom format that we want to our table. All the accounting number format. We put in the chart. We used Alt F1 to put in our chart into the same worksheet. We formatted the series, the bars, to the colors that we want. Now we want to go ahead and let's add some spark lines right here. Okay. And then we'll add the control for the chart. So right into this little spot right here, I'm just going to go ahead and right click and I'm going to fill it. So let me slide back over to this side over here. Gotta slow that down. Things tossing me around like crazy. Let me go ahead and click on the drop down. Right click on the drop down. I'm gonna go to purple because I'm gonna fill that. Then I'm gonna put my marquee right here. I could do this 2 different ways. I can go ahead and select both cells and then go to insert, and then we've got our spark lines group. And I can insert a line or a column or win loss. I'm gonna insert a line. Click. And now watch this. You want to begin with the end in mind always, right? So first I selected where I want my spark lines to go. Then I said insert spark lines. And now the dialog box appears. It's already identified where the location of my spark lines is going to be. I selected that already. Pre-selected it. Begin with the end in mind. Habit number 2 of highly effective people. Now it's just saying, hey, where's the data? That's going to go right here. So all I got to do is just click inside this field and select the data range. Then I press OK. Boom. And there we have them. Just like that. And what do we hear whenever we do things right in Excel? Angels. All right. And there we have it. There's more formatting that we can do. All of this is formatting. So let me select both spark lines. Now we've got a spark line contextual tool tab. And I'm going to say, hey, you know, I want markers. And there you have it. I also want the high point and I want the low point. And the high point, I want a specific color. So we've still selected, right? You're not going to see the sparkline contextual tool tab if you're not clicked into the sparkline. You're going, how did Billy do that? You can always rewind the video. Or you can just click on the spark lines and get your contextual tool tab and click on it. Sometimes it really is that simple. That's why I always say, don't get mad. Get skills. I love that button. So we're right here in our spark lines because what we want to do is we want the high point and the low point to be specific colors. We got the markers for every point. Every amount is marked. Now for the high point, I'm going to make the high point green. I could even give it a specific color, a custom color. I can go right in here and give it a hex color. I could say make it 6DF742. What color is that? It's a green. I forgot what the Excel green was. What is the Excel green? Let me see. Okay, never mind. 67F. Well, let's keep on adding the spark lines. So the spark line right here, we're going to format the high point. You know what? I'm going to start messing around. I'm going to give it this green right here. I like this green. It's going to be easier to see that green. And then click on the marker color. And then for the low point, the low point, I'm going to just give it this yellow color right over here. Just like that. Just so that we can see them. And then here we have it. We can go ahead and make this box, the cells bigger. And now we can see the high points. And then there's the low points. We customized it. It's all formatting. That's all formatting. Now you're saying, Billy, what about the control? right here. That's going to control this chart. That's going to control the spark lines. That's called a slicer. And when you have tables, that's one of the beauties of having a table. Look, check it out. Let me go to this customers right here. If I was to convert this into a table, right? Select that range right there. I have a computer on this side that I don't want it to go to sleep. There we go. So I selected this range of data, and then you press Control T, convert it into a table. And what's cool about when you have tables, you have slicers right in here. And the slicer is a filter for your data. And when you look at these slicers, this all comes from the header row. Look, revenue generated. So I can say, hey, give me a slicer for companies. You can even have multiple slicers, company and state, for example. So you can have you can filter multiple levels. I'm just going to go with company. Let's put company and state just so you can see the two filters. They're the two slicers. So you can even say Alaska, and we see that there's only CF commercial there. Go to California, you got a few more companies over here. You can just say, hey, I want to see this company, or these three companies that you've selected. So that's filters used as slicers that happen because of a table. Let's get back to our work that we're doing over here. Now we're going to insert a slicer. So we clicked on our table and we go to the table design. And then we can just simply insert a slicer. Insert a slicer. And we see this information right here comes from our header row. See? That's why headers are important. There's name. There's January. And there's February. It's important. Everything that we're doing is important. That's why you got to master the basics. I can use any program that Microsoft decides they want me to learn. I can do it because I know how to use Excel and Word. I'm an Excel expert. You can do the same just by understanding the basics. That's why they're so important. Let me get this computer going again. In case you're wondering here, I'll have you take a peek real quick. So I got this computer. Let's go back here to Only so you can get a good view of it. Whoops, is that what I want? That's my desktop. So let's go back over here, and I'll show you. This is my desk, and then that's my iced tea. And let's go right on over here. So right here is my monitor for my other computer that's below it. And the computer that I'm working with right now is a computer that we're streaming with. The other one we're monitoring and grabbing info from. Let's get back over here to selecting the name. Okay, because I'm going to sort by the city. And I'm going to press OK. And here's my slicer. Now I can move the slicer right on over here. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going to undo. Select the table, go to table design, and we're going to insert a slicer right here. Insert the slicer. Table design, insert slicer. Now Excel is going to say, hey, well, what slicer do you want? We're going to take it by the name. The name of the city. Table design, insert slicer, name, press OK, and there's our slicer. So we move it right into a position where we want. We're going to open it a little bit more to get rid of that scroll bar. See that? See the scroll bar we got right over here? We're going to get rid of that scroll bar by enlarging the slicer. There we have it. Let me slide on over here to this side so that you can see it better. Let me just keep resizing here. You know, we're making everything pretty. Something like that. Just doing a little bit of formatting for us. There we go. All right. Now I click on the slicer, and what do we have up in the ribbon? Slicer contextual tool tab. Cool. And what do we have? We got all these different features for the slicer, right? All these different slicer styles. And once again, I created a custom style because I didn't have the permit. How do you do that? Just click on new slicer style, just like that. Slicer contextual tool tab. I'm going to double click on it to lock it in place. And I'm going to select that color. Nice. Look at that. I like that purple. Yes, purple is good. The color of royalty. Plus, it's the island of Kauai, my island. The colors to represent the island is purple. The island's not purple. Yeah, it's green. Super green. That's what it's called, the Garden Island. Oh. Tracking. It's tracking me. Boop. Let's get back to where we need to be. All right. So here we go. Now we've got everything done. We're done. Now you get to keep your job. Oh, one more thing. This chart is going to be moving up and down like this, right? That's it. It's going to be moving up and down like that as we select names. Let's go right ahead and let me right click on the slicer. And when I right click on the slicer, we see that we have slicer settings. So let's click on slicer settings. And right within the slicer settings, this slicer can have a specific name because you can have multiple slicers. You might want to give them specific names. Or you can just say, yeah, this is the name slicer. The other one is the February slicer and the like. Now the display header name, I'm going to call city. Choose city. Just like that. Then I'm going to press OK. And now we have choose city. I'm going to choose the city of Hanakapiai. It's not really a city, but if you know about Hanakapiai, you know. I'm not going to say anything else. It's on the Kalalau Trail, on the way to Kalalau. So you notice what I'm saying about this chart? Every time I choose an item, a city, this chart changes. And sometimes, depending if I got a really small data set, it might even make it really hard to see. So what if we just have the chart adjust, but keep it in one spot? It'll move up and down. The contents will adjust, but the chart size will remain relatively similar. So since it's the chart that we're talking about here, hey, let me resize over here. Make it pretty. All right. So now I'm just going to right click on the chart. When in doubt, left click. Nothing happens. Right click. Nothing happens. Go check your options. So I'm going to right click right here. And then I can say, where is it? Format chart area. Right down here. So right click, go to format chart area. Click, or we could have just clicked on the chart. And no, you got to right click. Or you can go to the contextual tool tab. Remember, there's so much more format that you can do for your chart. This is specifically a contextual tool tab for formatting your chart. And remember, there's a chart design, and we can change our chart styles right over here. But we like the purple that we're going with. And then you've got different layouts. So you got to explore all these different things. Don't get mad. Get skills. Keep exploring. So let's go right ahead and make it so that our chart stays fixed instead of moving every time we make a selection right over here. So to do that, we're going to right click on our chart and we're going to go to format chart area. Then you're going to see, come on, right here where it says size and properties. Well, I got to select the chart. Come on, select the chart. Now let's go back over here. Selected the chart. Come on, elements. Sometimes it's kind of wonky like that. So here we go. Zoom in. And then I'm going to go right here. Right here. And then you're going to, let's click on the chart. Come on. Click on the chart. Click on the chart. Properties. There we have it. Click on the chart. Then you're going to click on size and properties. And then right here on your properties, you're going to say move, but don't size with cells. See, we had it move and size with cells. And when you have it move and size with cells, it moves like that. It resizes. But if we set it to move, but don't size with cells, this is going to move, but the main chart itself is going to stay in place. And it's all just by clicking on the chart. Come on, chart elements. That's one thing that bugs me. Click on the chart, then you right click, and then you go to format chart area, and you're going to get your format chart area tools. Then you're going to go to size and properties, and in properties, you're going to go right ahead and move, but don't size with cells. Now we can go right ahead. I just froze up. Come on, Excel. I know it ain't my computer. It's Excel. Boom. There we go. All right. Sometimes, because I'm using the Office Insiders version, just check it out. You go right up here. You probably got this available to you if you got Microsoft 365. Even Excel 2000, Office 2019 has that, I think. And you click on here and it shows you upcoming features. And I don't know what's up. It just ain't connecting right now. But from here is where you can go and say, hey, I want to try the new Excel. But then you start running into little issues, because it's beta. So weird things happen. So you got to close it and open it. But here we have it. We're good. Look at that. Aloha. And now the chart adjusts, but it doesn't resize. So it's all staying in place. There's Honolulu. There's Kalikakua Bay, Koloa, my town. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Billy, what's going on? And, I see that looks like a low point because the low points are yellow. Where's the rest of the lines right in here? Well, it's because we've only selected one point, Koloa. Let's click Polihala. Polihala is my favorite beach in Kauai. 14 miles of white sand beach. I love that beach. And there we see the spark line, right? Now let's pick another point. How about Molokai? Molokai, you got to be 100% Hawaiian. Oh, no, not Molokai. Molokai is where Father Damien was, where they had... you got to go check it out anyways. It's pretty cool. Kalikakua, see, we're making points there. See, our spark line started up here. Let's add Kalikakua Bay. Kalikakua Bay, Captain Cook was there on Kalikakua Bay on the Big Island. And now it's all looking really good. You got a job. You got a promotion. You got to keep your job. All these good things happening through formatting. And there's so much more that I can be teaching you. Oh, man, that's why I stream. I just get on here and we start streaming. And look how much we've learned. And just learning how to do this, we've applied so many different techniques. There's a lot to learn. There's so much right in here, and I'm ready to share it with you. And I keep it all focused on the basics, the 7 steps to Excel success, the basics. Don't follow me, camera. Boom, let's get back to where we belong. So you got to come on over here. Go to myexcel.club, myexcel.club. When you type in myexcel.club, you're going to end up right here at the 7 steps to Excel success, a VIP membership, my friends. Woo! $7 a month. You try it for free for 3 days. Oh my gosh, 3 days for free, and then 7 days, and you're going to get so much knowledge. Just check it out, myexcel.club. You're going to get all of these courses, 7 steps to Excel success for free. Shortcuts, tips, and tricks. My most popular course is included. Excel pivot tables. That's another type of table. Pivot table, filter on steroids. All my workshops are available to you. Instead of paying $147 for a workshop when I have it, once I have it, I'll put it into Excel Easy Workshops and you get it. just for $7 a month. All of this included for $7 a month. Check out the testimonials. Check out the reviews. Check out the mobile app that we have. There's a lot of excelling that you can do. So come on now, my friends. Go to don'tgetmadgetskills.com or just type myexcel.club or just look around in the descriptions. There's links. There's links to lots of ways to work with me. And when you go to myexcel.club, you sign up, you got access to the community. What's a community? It's just another place for us to keep learning from each other. And right in here, I post a lot of things that are not available to you on YouTube or are unlisted and the like. So come on now, check it out. myexcel.club, the 7 steps to Excel success. Oh, this class right here, My Excel Basics. I teach Excel, the 7 steps of Excel success live. Come on in, only 30 people allowed. Here we can see each other and we can ask each other questions and the like. So my friends, come on now. You know that I love you. I love you. I love you so much. And I want you to keep on learning. And I know what it takes to help you achieve. I can even help you plan your future. And I can help you get the tools you need to make your dreams come true. But we got to start with a positive mental attitude, my friend. Remember, I love you. I want you to keep on learning. And most of all, don't get mad. Get skills. Aloha. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.